Okay, so welcome to the live streaming sessions, and I hope you guys have a great day for today. And let us get started for our live streaming sessions for tonight. So, if you guys haven't known me yet, you guys haven't watched my live streaming sessions before, welcome. I'm Steven. Nice to meet all of you guys, and hope you guys have a wonderful time here on the live streaming session as we are going to analyze with you guys several trading ideas and several trading assets, and hope we can get out of the market, and maybe we could be getting some good ideas on the market that we could trade together as well. All right. So certainly one of the main things that I'll be looking for is I'll be looking at the trends, looking at the chart patterns, looking at what could be possibly a good momentum that could be appearing in the market, and we're likely to focus on those parts of the market. And again, our main focus will be on the major commodities such as the gold, silver, oil, and also other major currencies. And certainly, if we have some time, we could explore some other trading assets. So if you guys are interested and you guys wanted to get more ideas and want to analyze together the market, you guys are certainly welcome to let me know on my chats or the comments if you guys wanted to know more about other trading assets that I haven't covered with you guys. Alright, so let us begin for today what I am expecting out of the market. So I think based on what we have been seeing so far, we're actually getting pretty convincing signs that gold prices has actually been moving on a rather slow market for today. So initially, we can actually see that prices has actually been going high. There's no doubt about it. But afterwards, we started to see that prices have slowed down again for today. And overall, I would say today it will be rather tricky to know how the market will be moving because we haven't been able to get quite the clarity in terms of how the market movement will be. The momentum has slightly disappeared after initially strengthening earlier on the market, as you guys could see. And afterwards, we are seeing that prices has been slowing down. So for tonight, I think I'll be watching closely on how the trend will be moving. But certainly, if you guys are asking me, what are the best possibilities that could be happening in the market right now based on the overall market movement? And I think one of the clearest ideas that we can actually see for tonight is likely to come out on the long side for tonight. And why I'm saying that, because if you guys do take a closer look on how the overall market is moving, we're actually getting signs that prices has actually returned towards the low of nearby the lows of today. I would say right around at 3365, and prices are right now still at 3,376. But with that itself, we are pretty convinced to see that the prices at the current rate has actually been quite low. There's good chances that prices could rebound from here, and therefore it should consider as one of the good chances that prices on the market could continue to go higher outright from here. So I will be expecting to see that prices should be able to continue to go higher on the market, especially after prices has been slowing down, touching back near the support. And I believe in terms of risk, I think doing a long positions should be a much better trade for now, guys, rather than trying to do a short positions, because as prices have actually been dropping really much and we have been seeing that the US dollar index has actually been weakening, there are good chances we can expect that the gold market movement could start to rebound and go higher from now. Okay, so that's the expectation. And certainly 3380 will be a strong resistant area as usual because prices hasn't been able to break out higher than that. So certainly that will be one of the things that we'll be watching closely and try to see how it goes. But the overall idea for today still remains clear. We'll try to find low risk setup situation, and certainly we are getting one right now on the gold market. So if you guys asking me, I will certainly try to take that low risk setup, or I'll be waiting for further confirmations, prices breaking out higher than 3382, and then re-entering the trades later on. So you guys have two choices, but certainly right now I'm not seeing chances for prices to drop, as For today, prices has been going higher and right now it's right at the low side of the market. So the chances for prices to rebound is pretty much high, especially we haven't been able to see the gold prices dropping further more than that. So the expectation is for us to actually sense that there are good chances for prices to actually go higher from here onwards next time. So that's the view. And certainly the biggest expectations for us is actually try to see how the market movement will be reacting, getting confirmations of the confirmations. That will be the best case scenario on the market. As I would say today, could be actually possessing quite a pretty good chance to get a low buying area right now. Okay, so that's my idea and the analysis on what you guys could do and what you guys could expect out of the market for tonight based on what we have been seeing so far. And based on that alone, what could we expect coming out of the market from the silver side? Because I know silver has actually been holding itself pretty well. Prices has continued to go higher. So certainly there will be some expectations for us to actually see that silver prices could continue to go higher as prices hasn't been moving a lot. That will be certainly the case. And we are likely to try to expect that the silver prices could continue to go higher and it's only a matter of when we could actually start seeing it will be replicated on the silver market as well. Because as far as we are concerned, there are good chances for us to actually see that the silver price action could actually happen as well as on the gold market. So we'll try to watch closely and try to see how the changes works. And if prices continue to go higher on silver, I'll be expecting to see that at the very least, we could actually get some sentiment for the gold market to continue to go higher alongside with the gold, with the silver market price. All right. So let us try to analyze and reconfirm our case and whether that kind of scenarios could happen on the market eventually, guys. All right. And certainly, as we have been watching, there's no breaking news as of now. We are really looking at just normal news. And again, tonight we'll be having the BOE deciding their interest rates. And according to the numbers, we are expecting that there will be a rate cut, guys. So I believe we should be able to see that the pound sterling right now should be a little bit uncertain. It's still moving on a range as prices are still deciding to move in which direction, guys. And the overall situations on gold currently actually allows us to get an even better entry point at the lower area, maybe around here. As prices continue to weaken, I'll expect to maybe try to put the low risk setup near the low area rather than trying to buy near the high. Especially, we haven't been able to get confirmations that prices could break higher than 3382.8, so 3383. I would expect that today's momentum should likely to appear coming out from the silver market, guys. So again, I'll be paying close attention to see how the changes will be going on from here as there are expectations for us to actually see that good chances that silver could continue to track back to the $39 as the price momentum is still there, prices are still going higher, and the trend is totally different from what we have actually been watching on the gold market, where the silver market has been building up on a very beautiful uptrend, I would say, for tonight. And I'm expecting for it to be continuing. But again, I believe as the prices has been overextended, I'll be expecting to see a little bit of slowdown before I'll be expecting to see that the silver prices will continue to go higher. So slight pullback could actually allow us to see further gains happening on the silver market, and the expectation is for us to actually see how the prices will be reacting soon. And if you guys do notice that we have already been giving out ideas on the silver market and recently just hit our third profit target on our premium trade. So if you guys are interested to get trading ideas such as this, you guys are welcome to click the link on my profile, my video descriptions, and join my premium trades. And all you guys need to do, click the link and chat me for access on my premium trades, and I'll show you guys how you guys could get access on it. But again, based on the analysis that we have been doing, today's uptrend is still there. That's one. Two, the momentum of prices continuing its trend is also existing. So the expectation is for us to actually see that prices on the silver market continue to go higher as we are watching on the market right now live with you guys. So if you guys haven't followed and subscribed yet, certainly welcome to do so that you guys don't miss out any information real time that I'm sharing with you. Especially right now we are on the verge of breakout. Something big could be happening for today on the silver market where we haven't been able to see much on gold. We'll try to switch our focus to other trading assets, guys. So welcome to give us a support by giving us a thumbs up and likes and share this video with your friends or others if you guys are interested to have interactive discussions with me about the market. And welcome to ask me any questions if you guys do have any concerns about the market or trading in general. I hope that I could help you guys with your concerns or your questions, guys. All right. So certainly, if you guys asking me, since the silver market has actually been moving really, really well, what I would be expecting coming out from the silver market right now. So I think one of the biggest thing I would be expecting from the silver market right now, as prices continue to go higher, is whether this could be a right time to enter the market, guys. Because I think a lot of people will be thinking, am I too late? Could I enter the market right now? Because there's chances that prices could actually continue to go higher. But again, I would say that prices would be able to go higher. But again, I will be waiting for a much better entry point. So on what kind of cases that I'll be expecting that prices will be able to go higher or even much better entry point. So on the best case scenario that we will be expecting is for prices to actually slow down back to its $38.30 before prices continue to go higher. Even though there will always be possibilities that the silver market could continue to go higher and higher without slowing down. So there's always that possibility happening on the market. But since we are always trying to strive to get a much lower entry point in the market, so I'll be expecting to see that prices to slow down a little bit before we can actually enter the market for safety reasons. Yes. All right. All right. So yeah, try to see. I'll be expecting to have a pullback at the very least, maybe nearing towards the $38.27. And we'll try to see how that will be going. And so far, I'll be expecting to see that the market movement will be going higher from here next time. Okay, so again, I'll be expecting to have a pullback rather than trying to enter at the current prices so that you guys could have a much better and a stable entry point in the market usually. Okay. Okay, so it seems we have been getting breaking news coming up from the BOE deciding to cut its interest rate, and I'll be expecting there will be some moves happening on the market coming up from the GBP pound sterling against the US dollar index. So let us check a little bit what has happened. So yes, prices have actually been breaking out higher, and right now it's asking me what you guys could do about the moves. So I would say that based on the overall market movement, I would say that there are good chances for prices to continue to go higher with the current conditions that we are seeing. But remember, there will always be a resistance right near the top, and prices has already hit that. So again, I will be waiting to get more confirmations based on this because prices have actually been jumped. I would wait to get a much better entry point for now. But again, what are the implications on other currency as of now? So I think one of the most important thing if we are watching the market right now on the currency side, we are actually seeing that the Australian dollar and the New Zealand dollar is becoming one of the main headlines on the market as prices continue to go higher for both the Australian dollar and the New Zealand dollar. And I'll be expecting to see that both of them could continue to go higher against the market. But with how the current condition has changed, we are expecting to see that the US dollar, the Japanese yen is weakening. So maybe with the changes that happen, GBP Japanese yen could still be one of the choices if you guys haven't been watching attention closely to the currency market as the BOE decided to cut its interest rate towards 4%. I believe that the GBP will be the main topic for tonight. And AUD Japanese yen maybe will be starting to slow down as well against the NZD Japanese yen. And I believe with this current movement, the GBP USD and the GBP Japanese yen will be the main topic for tonight. As this is kind of the breaking news coming out from the market, I will be expecting to find a good entry point and maybe watching from a shorter time frame to actually get an entry point and get a much safer risk management on the market, guys. So we'll try to see how that changes goes. And if prices on the pound sterling could continue to go high, breaking high, that will be a good thing. I'll be waiting for more confirmations, let's say on the shorter time frame. And let's say entering here and put the stop losses right down the low. So could be still a good catch 1.3 in terms of risk as prices continue to go higher and the US dollar index still keeps on weakening alongside with most of the other currency alongside with the announcement. So again, you guys could try to consider, even though in terms of risk it will be a little bit higher, I would suggest for you guys to take a calmer approach and try to enter with a much smaller amount on the market because I'm not really seeing the momentum will be as huge as the announcement arrived. So make sure you guys pay attention on your money management, on your risk management, so that you guys could get out safely and earn your profit with a much of a calmer situation rather than trying to enter too huge and risking it too much on a single trade, guys. So other than that, I'm not seeing any good chances as all of the other currency has been weakening right after the announcement of BOE. So I'll be expecting to see that maybe gold market has actually could be getting the chances to have a rebound. We'll try to see whether that kind of possibility do happen or whether the weaknesses continue on the market. We'll try to see how that changes continued. And so far, yes, we are still seeing that prices are still weakening and not really showing much of a change. And I'm expecting to see that the gold will likely to hover around this area and could still possess as a very good risk and reward area for the gold market as we have already been mentioning to you guys that the low price right now near today's low is very much a good idea to do a buy positions on the market on the gold. While we are watching the gold market, silver market has actually been slowing down as we have been expecting earlier on in the market, and that's why I have been suggesting not to rush on the decisions to enter the market as prices will be slowing down a little bit. As prices has actually been going up pretty quick, I'll be expecting a little bit of a pullback should be happening in the market, and indeed it has happened. So again, Other than knowing where you guys could analyze the market situation, you guys need to have the patience, try to find out where would be the best entry point in the market to get your best risk reward ratio on the market as well. And certainly right now could be one of it. Instead of entering at 38.45, 38.38 as could be one of the good idea on the market, guys. So again, having the patience to wait out for the best entry point is a key thing on the market, and usually not a lot of people have patience, especially when prices has already been going quite high. Sometimes people will be chasing, and chasing with an enormous amount of risk could be a bad situation that you guys don't want to get involved or be at the very first place. So you guys can consider with the current prices could be touching another low. Usually I'll be waiting for the next candlestick to actually really give me a clearer picture on whether the consolidations could be over or whether prices could actually start to build up to go higher on the market. So we'll see how this will be going on. I'm still expecting to see that the sell market could continue to go higher, but I'll be waiting for more confirmations on the next candlestick first. Patience and patience, guys, because it will help you on your trades, guys, believe me. All right, so let us try to see how things are going on the gold market. All right, so in terms of risk, I believe that prices has actually touched a low and could be a very safe trading idea to do the buy near the 33.72, 33.75 area, stop losses at 33.71. So I believe that should be still a very safe key point as prices has been able to rebound from that low. And again, I believe it has been mainly contributed by the weaknesses appearing on the drop of most of the other currency after the BOE announcement. And certainly the GBP USD trade is still up for grabs, as you guys do see, as we have been mentioning to you guys, the possibility of controlling your risk and prices almost hit towards our price target on the higher side. So if you guys have been doing your trades, I'm sure you guys are right now on a profit if you guys have been watching throughout the analysis that we have been doing to you guys. So if you guys are enjoying your time here and have been able to make some good trades and the analysis that we have already been doing for you, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and likes. And certainly we'll try to reanalyze on other assets and updating you guys on what changes is actually happening in the market and what you guys could do out of this market situation. All right. So we'll see as the gold prices continues to go higher, maybe this will be the chances for silver to actually start to rebound and push through higher for tonight, guys. So I think I'll be watching closely on the silver market as the trend is much better. The momentum is much existing and conforming to what we have been seeing on the market. So I think I'll be focusing my trades on the gold market. So right now we are on the verge whether prices could be breaking out or whether prices could be slowing down from here. We'll see how that goes. And again, as we've been telling you guys, there are good chances for prices to continue to go higher from here. And I'll be watching closely and try to see how the changes will be going on. Okay, so far price movement has still been pretty good. Good chances we can actually see that prices will continue its upward movement. So pay attention, guys. Okay, so we'll see how that changes will be going, and I'm expecting to see prices to continue to go higher, and we'll see how that goes. Ultimately, I believe that with how the changes has been actually appearing on the gold market has been quite a positive change, as prices has been able to try to retest the high at the 3380 over the past few hours, and once prices break out 3383, I believe that could be a big change signifying from the market movement that we have been watching so far. Okay, so again, as I believe that the momentum is much better on silver, I'll be putting much more focus here on the silver market, as price movement is way much better on the market, and good chances that the earlier consolidations is actually a healthy pullback and will push silver prices higher in the near future, guys. All right, so I'll be excited to see that. And again, if you guys haven't been able to make trades, I would suggest that you guys take a closer look on both assets, because as the US dollar weaknesses is still continuing and the pound sterling continues to go high as we speak, we are actually sensing there will be good chances appearing in the GBP USD and the GBP Japanese yen will be continuing on the market, as both markets are showing that same kind of possibility that you guys could try to trade on the market too. All right. So hope you guys are getting the analysis, getting the feedback so that you guys know what you guys could try to check out what is going on. All right, so gold market tries to stay above 3380. I think that itself is a pretty key remark on the market, and I'm hoping to actually see that the silver market will actually start to move way much better on the market, and expecting to see further upward movements could be coming soon on both markets of gold and silver, guys. All right. So let me take the time to analyze what's happening on the US dollar index and what could we expect happening on those sides of the market later on. So as both gold and silver has actually been moving pretty well, we'll try to take the time to analyze what's actually happening on the US dollar index, guys. Okay. And again, I've already been telling you guys, prices are breaking out. Don't miss out on your chances on the silver, as the momentum has been moving really, really well. Okay, so let us see what's happening on the US dollar index. So based on what we are seeing on the US dollar index, initially we have actually been seeing that prices has been weakening a lot. As you guys could see, that prices has actually continued its downward pressure, hasn't been changing much, and we are seeing that prices continues to go down weaker on the US dollar index and hasn't changed much, guys. We are still seeing signs that prices are continuing going down lower on the market. However, after that BOE announcement coming out on the market, we have been able to see that the chances for US dollar index breaking down $97.70 support is starting to be a struggle for the US dollar index for tonight, and we'll try to see whether that kind of support could hold well on the market, because if prices continue to stay above it, at chances we can actually see that the US dollar index will be able to start break down lower, and that could really give a bit of a push for the gold market and the silver market in the near future, and especially for tonight if that really could happen. At the same time, the downward and downtrend movement is still conforming, it's still there, it hasn't changed much. We are expecting to see that prices will continue to go down lower on the market, guys. So I believe with this kind of market scenario, I would expect to see that the market movement will be continuing going down lower, guys. Okay, so with this kind of conditions, I have been expecting to see that there's good chances that prices will continue to go down lower and lower. And based on this kind of situations, I'm expecting to see that the US dollar index will, at the very least, try to give us a little bit of a fight, trying to give a little bit of support at $97.70 before prices could continue to go down lower. Maybe a maximum of a rebound, maybe back towards $98.20 could happen first before we can actually start seeing that the US dollar index will continue down weaker. But again, if you guys are trying to look out what's happening on the long-term market movement on the daily charts, I think it's been pretty clear. We can say certain that prices on the US dollar index has actually been weakened a lot, and we are expecting to see that the US dollar index should be going down lower and lower on the market, and I haven't really seen the chances for the US dollar index to actually get the chance to rebound or building up the consolidations is the best thing that we have been able to see. But afterwards, we are seeing that the US dollar index always goes back on the lower and weaker side, and maybe with the best case scenario we'll be expecting is we are going to see a sideways move on the market that could happen, guys. All right, because that's what we are able to see so far as prices has been moving on the best case scenario, is moving on the sideways, couldn't drop much, couldn't go up. And with the tendency of the downtrend is still there, the good chances we are likely to see happening on the market is likely to see the downward pressure will be continuing on the market on the long run, guys. Okay, so with that, we can actually sense that there will be a good chances for gold to be helped by that movement on the long run, as the gold prices could be actually continuing its uptrend movement and potential hitting and breaking higher than 3,400, which has been a quite hard achievement for the gold market to do, as prices hasn't been able to show that kind of performance. And for silver, maybe it could be breaking its 14-year high and this year's high itself when we are actually seeing the chances for that to happen. So I'll be paying a close attention of both assets as there are good chances for that to happen. But I believe it's going to take some time before we can actually see both of them could be happening, guys. Because overall, the market situations that we have been seeing across the market, that for gold, it has been moving on a sideways on the long term. Because if you guys have been watching throughout the market movement on the daily charts, I'm sure you guys could actually see it very much clear that there will always be a strong resistance right at the 3,400 mark, and every time prices hits those prices hasn't been able to go higher, and prices always slows down right at the peak 3,400, 3,425, and prices always reject those resistance and going back inside this sideways range. So I would say always got to be careful because the movement on the overall market movement on gold hasn't been doing wonders, guys. So that's the view on the long term. On gold, I'll be trying to watch out carefully whether the gold market could actually break out of the resistance area around 3,426, 3,430 and stay above it, waiting for confirmations on the next day. Because when that happens, that could be usually a good sign. But before that happens, I'm not really expecting for too bullish directions on the long run. Maybe just for tonight, we could expect something could be happening. But other than that, I'm not expecting much. But I think it's a totally a different story compared to the silver market movement, as prices has actually been moving really well. Prices has continued its uptrend movement and hasn't slowed down in terms of the direction that we are watching. So I'll be expecting to see that the silver market will continue its uptrend movement on the long run and continue to go higher, guys. And certainly based on that, I'm bullish on the silver market and a little bit neutral on the gold market for the second half of this year, as what we have been seeing has likely to show us that the market movement will be showing slowdown on the gold market rather than acceleration from the first half of this year, guys. All right, so hope that you guys could get some insights on what you guys could expect, and certainly if you guys are enjoying your time here, don't forget to give us your support by following and subscribe so that you guys don't miss out on any real-time information that I'm sharing with you guys. And certainly give us a thumbs up and share this video with others or with your friends so that you guys could be updated what's happening on the market, and you guys could actually ask me questions and have interactive discussions with me as well on the market. And if you guys wanted to get some ideas on how you guys could trade, you guys are confused on how you guys could approach your trades on your own, you guys would certainly can check the link on my profile or my video description so that you guys could actually get some ideas on how you guys could trade with the clear instructions of the entry price, stop losses, target price, and hope you guys could be able to make some good profits together with us on my premium trades, guys. All right. So hope that's the case. If you guys are looking for one, as we have really been doing a lot of good trades this week, especially on the silver side. Two silver trades, two profit trades, hitting the third profit target, and that is certainly carrying out our performance on the market for this week. And certainly, if you guys don't want to miss a gain on another silver trading idea, you guys might as well check out the link on my profile and video descriptions because yesterday on the last Tuesday, we have actually been making $350 just using 0.01 lot position, guys. So just imagine if you guys are trading with a huge amount of lot sizes, you guys could have been actually profiting thousands of dollars using my trading ideas on your own. So I'll show you guys how you guys can get my trading ideas. All you guys need to do, check the link on my profile, click the link and chat me for access on my trading ideas. And I'll show you guys how you guys could get it. All right. Okay, so prices right now is hovering around support and could be a very good buying price, yes, as the risk would be the most minimal for today's trade if you guys could enter at the current prices, guys. All right. So back to the gold market, as gold is able to rebound from the lows. Prices actually been moving really well. There are good chances that the gold market will continue to go higher as long as prices stays above 3383 on the market. And I'll be expecting to see those kind of movements on the market, guys. All right. Okay. So let us see how that goes as prices trying to strive to go higher. We have actually started to see some slowdown on the silver market as well, and that could actually persist as one of a very good entry point on the market, and we'll try to see how well the market will be consolidating around here. And let us check what has happened on the other currency side as the impact of the BOE announcement has actually started to ease. We'll try to see how that changes will be going on the market. So if you guys have any questions, drop in the comments in the chats. I'll be reading it if you guys have any questions to the market. All right, so it seems that the gold market movement has started to show some improvement, maybe some good chances of breaking down the high over the past few hours could be actually acting as a very good line that prices could actually start to go higher on the market, guys. So I'll be watching closely, try to see how the changes goes. So as the gold prices continues to strive to go higher, I believe there's a good chance for that to happen over and over again. We'll try to see how that will be continuing. I'll be expecting good momentum will be arriving soon if prices could stay above 3383, and we'll see how that goes, guys, because right now the momentum on silver has actually been showing us also a similar movement where we are seeing the chances that prices could rebound out of here. So we'll see whether those changes could happen or not. So since we still have some time and the price movement is still waiting for confirmations, we'll try to analyze other markets soon. And definitely one of the main key things in the commodities market is happening right on the oil market. So we continue discussing what could be possibly happening, and we have actually been seeing good chances that the downtrend in the market could be continuing as well. So we'll try to take a closer look and analyze what could be happening on the market in this market side. So as we've already been seeing that prices has been breaking down $65.80. Prices has actually touched low at the $64.20 area. And based on that, we have been actually seeing a very optimistic case of market scenario that could bring down the overall all market movement. Because if you guys are watching through the daily charts, you guys can actually see that right now there's a potential that prices could test the support at $62 in the long run, as prices has already been breaking down of the consolidations area after ranging for almost a month. And I would say it's close to 2 months. And based on that kind of market scenario, I'll be expecting to see that the oil market will be testing the lows at $62 if prices continues to weaken as we have been expecting so far. And then based on this kind of market conditions, one of the things that I will be looking closely is trying to see what kind of sentiments that could affect the market long. And based on the overall market move, we are seeing that last night EIA crude oil inventories has actually been pretty significant. But I think one of the biggest changes that happened is the announcement between the geopolitical side, which I couldn't talk very much about it here. So if you guys are interested to know more about that, you guys are welcome to join me on my VIP live sessions where I could be talking more freely about those things. As here there will be some censorship, and if you guys are interested to know the updates and what is actually happening on both parties, you guys are certainly welcome to join me on my VIP live sessions later tonight. And the only way that you guys could get access, click the link on my profile and my video description and ask access more for my VIP live sessions. And based on that, I believe, and on my VIP live sessions, I'll be sharing with you guys the tariff updates, and certainly that will always be the key thing. And last night, we will be talking about the BOE decision. So give you guys the most recent updates on the market and hope you guys will get some ideas on what you guys will be expecting. All those currencies in the long run, guys. Okay. All right. So based on the all market that we have been watching, we have been seeing that prices are relatively going to go down weaker and weaker, and good chances we can be expecting that the oil market is moving in line with the downtrend that we have been watching so far. And the expectation is for us to actually see that the market movement will likely to try to stay down lower and conform towards its downtrend channel. So again, if you guys are watching and expecting to see the whole market could continue to go higher, I'm afraid it's going to be a bit harder as we have been seeing the chances for prices to go higher has vanished right at yesterday's price, testing the resistance at $67, fading really bad. And prices has actually continued to go down lower and lower with no signs of any recovery that prices could actually return back towards the $66 for now, as prices has actually been rejecting that resistance area at its closest at $65.60 and hasn't been able to rebound and move higher than that. So again, we'll try to see how that changes goes. And ultimately, I believe with this kind of market situation, I am sensing a good chance that the oil market will continue its downtrend. Back to the gold, and let us assess how things are changing there. So again, it's unfortunately we haven't been able to see that the gold market is able to stay around 3383, and after hitting its high around those prices, we haven't been able to see much of a change from that price. And I believe with that in case, we are seeing that silver prices is also slowing down together alongside. But I believe that the silver market will perform much better and will be consolidating at higher prices compared to the gold market. But again, I would say you gotta be careful. There's always cases that prices will be going down lower, and at the current prices, you guys can actually get the best price to get the low risk setup on the market again. All right. So I'll be watching closely and seeing as the momentum on the silver market is moving much better, there will be a chances for prices to continue to go higher, but there's always risk that prices will be hitting the stop losses first. So we'll be still according to do what's happening on the plan. Let's say you buy near here, you put your stop losses right here, then you should follow your trading plan, guys, because certainly you guys could plan, but the market could have a different say on what could be happening. And the most important thing, enter risk on trades or trades that you guys are comfortable with. Whether it's losing, whether it's winning, make sure you guys do that fairly well. All right. And with the gold market starts to slow down, it seems that we are starting to see a pattern emerging on the market for tonight. That prices are actually ranging between these tight ranges between 3383, 3373, and prices are likely to move in that kind of directions. Especially that tonight we'll be having a US initial jobless claim. So I believe that is the only thing that could really shake things on the market and the US wholesale inventories number. Because if we are not really seeing much of change after all of those events happening on the market, we are likely to see the possibility that market will be ranging most of the time. So I'll suggest for you guys to be a little bit careful and try to enter risk much more conservatively, guys, because with this kind of market conditions, I'm not really looking much of a change, guys. All right. But again, momentum-wise, trend-wise, silver will be moving much better compared to gold. That is certainly the case from what we have been seeing. And on the oil market itself, we are seeing that the downtrend is still there. So if you guys are thinking about doing shorts, certainly this could be your chances and should get a very good risk-reward ratio as well. Okay, so if you guys are curious on what kind of trading ideas that I could be sharing on the market with you guys, and you guys could get access on it for free, you guys can check out my profile or my link on my video descriptions. Click on it, chat me that you guys wanted to get access on my premium trades so that you guys don't miss out on any trading ideas that could generate hundreds of dollars at every trades for you guys. And certainly we've already been making a lot of good trades since this week, and it's usually the case as we are going through week by week, and everything has been really going well for us. So if you guys don't want to miss out on those chances, check out the link on my profile and ask access for my premium trades and generate profitable trades together with us, guys. And certainly if you guys are already on my premium trades, I'm sure you guys have experienced that kind of thing, and you guys would love to get more of those ideas as well. All right. So we'll see. As prices are still ranging, hasn't been moving a lot. Seems that the momentum is slowing down right before the US initial jobless claims. And let us try to analyze a little bit on what could be happening on this US initial jobless claim. Because at the same time, we are seeing there are a few news coming out at the same time alongside with the initial jobless claims, and what are the possibilities that could be happening right before the news is. All right. So let's try to see and analyze what could be the case on that side of the market. So based on the overall market situations that we are able to see, we have actually been expecting that the US initial jobless claim would be much higher. And all thanks to the last week fiasco that we are actually getting out of the market, where there's a lot of events that could actually make things much worse with the market movement on the initial, I would say the non-farm payrolls isn't really good. It has a lot of revisions, and certainly there's expectations that the US initial jobless claims will be much higher. And if that's the case, that could be giving a little bit of a sentiment for the market movement to go higher on gold because there's chances if the US initial jobless claims number isn't really looking well, there are chances for us to actually see that the US dollar index will be much more under pressure. And that could actually help to push things up and good chances for us to see that gold, silver could be benefited right before the US initial jobless claims as well. Because sometimes, right before the announcement of the news, we can actually sense there's chances for prices to continue to go up higher or even have a huge volatility, and that's what we will be expecting on the market, guys. All right. Okay. So other than that, the US unit labor costs actually has started to slow down and productivity has been going up. So the expectation is inflation started to slow down, and maybe that will be the case for the Federal Reserve to continue considering about the possibility of inducing a rate cut for this year, which hasn't happened yet so far. And I think that will be the main case scenario that we are expecting as well, because a lot of market participants has actually been waiting for those kind of possibilities and hasn't happened yet so far. So again, we'll be watching closely on both market signs, and certainly that will be the main key event. Other than that, we'll be expecting the US wholesale inventory will be doing as well as expected and similar with the previous numbers. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so getting back on the goal, like I've already been telling you guys, I'm not expecting much. Okay, so seems like the momentum on silver has actually started to slow down. So be careful, guys. Same thing's actually happening on the gold market, where the momentum has also dissipated. So it seems that we are likely to see a slower and a calmer market right before the US initial jobless claims. Okay, so it seems that prices will be ranging. The momentum has started to slow down, and with the US dollar index started to calm down a little bit, gain something, and the GBP has actually been continuing going stronger. I'm expecting that the GBP USD will be slowing down right now. We're also expecting to see the same thing as both currencies have started to gain some hand and strength in line. So again, if you guys have been doing your trades, I'm sure that the price movement has started to slow down on most of the other markets, especially after the BOE announcement. I'll be expecting to see more market actions to come at the end of the night for tonight, as there's a lot of news, a lot of events that we will be expecting to come out on the market, guys. All right, so that will be the key thing. I believe that a lot of you guys should be paying a close attention and what kind of possibilities that could be happening from there. And based on that kind of market situation, I would suggest for you guys to be a little bit focused on what could be the possibilities happening on those sides. Okay. All right. So since we are almost running out of time here, and if you guys are interested to get more analysis together with us, you guys are certainly welcome to join us later tonight on my VIP live sessions where I'll be covering a lot of ideas with you guys on the economic side, on the chart side, and give you guys more updates on what's happening in terms of price action. So if you guys don't want to miss that out, welcome to click the link on my profile, video descriptions, and chat me through that link and ask me access for my VIP live sessions where I could be freely talking with you guys a lot of topics compared to here. That will certainly be the case. And I'll be talking about the US tariff updates and what's behind the BOE decision and what are the implications on the trading assets as well. And certainly, I'll be talking about the geopolitical tensions as well, so that you guys could get an update what is actually happening, and that's what has been causing the oil prices to suffer more corrections to come. And certainly, if you guys don't want to miss that out, ask access for my VIP Live access so that you guys could follow through and get more updates in terms of the price action. But so far, I would say that price action hasn't been actually showing us a lot of signs. Prices have been slowing down, and we are going to expect more things to come, maybe right after the US initial jobless claims. All right. So we'll wait out, try to see how things will be changing, and expect for the best. All right, guys. So far, price movement hasn't been showing a lot of momentum. That's been the case, and same thing also on the silver market as market momentum actually shifted, slowing down a little bit. And we'll see whether the price could actually continue to go higher for tonight, guys. Because I believe there's still some chances, but I believe it's going to take time with the slowing of the momentum. We're going to need more momentum to come, and I'm expecting to see more nearing the big event on the US initial jobless claims, as well as the US wholesales inventory numbers. For now, it's going to be a calm thing before the US market session is open. So later on, I'll be giving you guys a little bit of updates so that you guys could get a little bit of idea what you guys could be expecting right before my VIP live sessions, and I'll be covering with you guys more updates in terms of the price action on major commodities as usual. And I'll be covering a little bit with two minutes to talk about the US 100 movement, Nasdaq 100, and the overall market situations on the US 100 has actually been perfectly well, as prices has been able to continue to go higher, and I believe that's a very, very good sign. But certainly right now, prices slowing down. I believe it's happening across all of the US tokenizers, and I believe with the announcement of the BOE has actually forced that kind of possibility. But again, as if we are focusing back on in terms of the price action, I'm expecting to see that the Nasdaq 100 will be the leading pack and will continue to go higher. And I believe that's just a slight slowdown, slight pullback, and I'll be expecting more to come, guys. All right, and I'll be covering more about this on my VIP live sessions if you guys are interested to get more ideas on what I will be expecting from the stock analysis. And if you guys are a big fan of trading on it, certainly you guys don't want to miss out on my VIP live sessions. So check out my link on my profile to get access on it and check me for it. Okay. So as we are almost out of time, let me give you guys a little bit of a conclusion what I'll be expecting on the major commodities for tonight and also our trading assets. So first of all, if we see gold, you guys can actually see that since we started the live streaming sessions, prices has truly been moving on a sideways, hasn't been moving a lot, and I'll be expecting more things to come, but I'm afraid it's going to take time. Patience is very much required as usual. And so far, from what I'm concerned, prices actually tried to stay up higher, and we'll see whether the US initial jobless claims could really change things up and spice things up a little bit in terms of the momentum that we are expecting and volatility. But again, nothing much has happened yet, and definitely I'll be watching closely to try to see whether the sideways would still persist, and that could really give us a tough time. So I'll be waiting for confirmations of a breakout, or whether I'll be getting a confirmations to buy near the low, or if prices touch the resistance and hasn't been able to break higher, that's the time to do the sell at the resistance, buy at support for the gold market movement. Moving on to the silver market movement, I believe it's a little bit different as prices continue to go higher. And right now, the slowdown is actually showing a lot more momentum and the possibility for the prices on the silver to continue to go higher. And that's why I'm expecting to see that the silver market will perform much better compared to the gold, and expecting that the uptrend will be continuing. Even the momentum will still be unknown, but certainly if prices continues to break today's high, it could certainly change things up a little bit, and we could be actually seeing the possibility of silver market continue to go high tonight. Meanwhile, moving on to the oil market, we haven't been able to see a lot of changes, but certainly prices are moving in the directions of a downward movement, a lot of selling pressure, as you guys could see, and things hasn't changed much if you guys are watching through the larger time frame. So longer time frame has actually been confirming that prices is likely to show more pressures towards the downside, and we'll try to see how things will be changing. Optimistically, I'll be expecting to see the prices will be sideways on moving on a sideways without any clear directions, but based on the overall trends, the expectation is for us to see that all market will be under a huge pressure on the downside. And again, back on the currency side, with the Swiss franc continue to go down lower, I'll be expecting the GBP CHF will be one of the good trades that you guys should consider to do, as things are started to be much stronger on that side of the market. And today, the strongest pair against the weakest pair could be a really safe bet for you guys to do your trades in the currency side if you guys are interested to do the trades on those market side. And for the other currency, I believe AUD USD and ZD USD could still be a good option if you guys could consider to try to buy any of the consolidations right now. And I believe both of them could still be a pretty good choice alongside with the GBP, USD, GBP, Japanese yen could also be up for grabs. So there you go, guys. And if you guys want to know how you guys would trade the market, certainly you guys are welcome to join my premium trades. And if you guys don't want to miss out making good profits together with us together, don't forget to click the link on my profile and ask me for access on my VIP on my premium trades. And hope you guys could make good profits together with us. So see you guys tonight. If not, see you guys tomorrow.